the three. Champ Penny the rebound. 8 seconds left. Fox has it. Ahead to Vassell, who goes in for the dunk. And the San Antonio Spurs have done it. There will be a new champion in the NBA. A new era has dawned. It's Wemby's West. The Spurs are going to the NBA Finals.
Look at the emotion from Wemby. Unbelievable. This is what you want to see.
All right, guys, I had to hop on and celebrate here. We thought it might be possible, but you never know until it's done. San Antonio Spurs have shocked the basketball world. This is why I love sports, guys. These are the moments that matter. Congratulations to San Antonio. Congratulations to Victor Wembanyama. These are the games at 22 years old, even at the beginning of his career. This is where you build your legacy. This is where your story starts. These are the moments that we'll look back decades from now. And it's hard to think about it when you're watching it, but we still look back, us Laker fans, at Magic Johnson as a 21-year-old rookie in the NBA Finals, scoring 42 points, grabbing 15 rebounds and 7 assists to win us an NBA championship in the 80s. We look back at Kobe as a 21, 22-year-old kid in the playoffs, dominating in the NBA Finals when it was needed when Shaq got injured. These are the moments that write your story, and nobody can write it for you. That's what LeBron James's problem has always been, is you can write the narrative all you want, but at some point it's moments like this on the court where we decide at the end of it, are there going to be excuses made for why you didn't come through, or are you just going to pull it off, come through in epic fashion, and then that becomes the real life legacy that you get to build your story on, your career on. Victor could not have had a better start to his career than where he is right now. Tonight, 22 points on 7 of 15 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Not off the charts numbers, but this was a team effort. And if you watch the game like I did, I am not a guy that criticizes the refs. This series, more than anyone that I can remember watching in my 35 plus years of paying attention to basketball, had more moments where I just stood there like, what are we doing? I mean, there's a moment here in the fourth quarter, about 40 seconds left in the game, where Stephon Castle's dribbling the ball up. And it looks like, if I just show you this clip, they're trying to intentionally foul him. If I showed this to you without any context, that's what you would think it was. I mean, they're literally just beating the guy. And no foul got called on this play, none. He eventually called a timeout, and he's just looking at it like, what are we doing, guys? And if the Thunder had somehow won this game with that type of refereeing, if they had went on to win this series, win an NBA championship against the Knicks, that doesn't serve basketball. That doesn't serve what any of us wanted to see. Started to feel bad for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think he seems like a good young man. He's obviously an elite basketball player. It's not his fault that he's been dramatically and severely overrated by the NBA media's marketing infrastructure, but that's what's happened, and this is the backlash as a result. He is a great player. He is talented. He is consistent. He's just not as talented, as great as the fake NBA media tried to prop him up. And now, unfortunately for him, he's paying the penalty of that from the real NBA fans that actually pay attention to what happens on the court. And he played probably his best game of the playoffs tonight, certainly his best game of this series, 35 points, 12 of 21 from the field. Chet Holmgren, what a pathetic, just disgusting series by him. Tonight, 4 points, 1 of 2 from the field, 4 rebounds for another 7+ footer. This is really where you can just see it. And this is the stuff you can't teach. You can't coach it. You just either have it or you don't, and Victor Wembanyama has it. I saw it earlier this season, his killer instinct, his Kobe mentality, that do-or-die effort that he put in during the All-Star game. And I saw it in the Olympics in the summer as well. But you can just tell every time this guy steps on the court, whether it's in a skills at the All-Star game years ago, whether it's at the Summer Olympics, and certainly when it's a playoff game, he's locked in and he's going to play it to the whistle to the death. And that's what it takes to really be an elite champion and really have a shot at being an all-time great. And now we get the matchup that all of us wanted to see. We get the historic New York Knicks finally making their way back to the NBA Finals for the first time in 27 years for a chance to win their first championship in more than 50 years, 54 seasons, going up against potentially the best player in the NBA. I'm going to go ahead and say it in my book, after this series, regardless of what happens in the NBA Finals, I think Victor Wembanyama has surpassed Luka. He has surpassed Jokic as the current best player in the NBA right here, right now, which shout out to the NBA scouts that Brian Windhorst, and even though Windhorst in his LeBron James mouthpiece, he did say that that was what a lot of the scouts were saying, was by year 3, Victor would be the best player of basketball. And it looks like this is one of those rare occasions where those scouts were spot on, because that's exactly what's happened. And we get to see this young talent, superstar in the making, taking control of the NBA right before our eyes, go up against one of the most historic franchises in the history of sports that starred for a championship. What a fun series to watch. Basketball wins, the legacy of greats that have been disparaged by the fraudulent NBA media, promoting up SGA to attack those like Kobe Bryant, like Michael Jordan. Their legacies win, and the NBA fans win because we get the best possible series that we could have ever hoped for when these playoffs started. So go Spurs, go tonight. We'll let you know who we're rooting for once they actually get to the finals, but just had to hop on. What a heck of a game.